Mirage. And we've still got some fun names over on the Paloma side. It's going to be another puzzle of figuring out who is who.
And they're in a different order this time.
Yeah.
So we can't even use our information.
Right. So Olymp is 6xDXP9, and that is the only thing that we know. Who's playing with him? Oh, God. ISO is playing with him. So ISO is 5. ISO's bottom of the board. I don't know who 3 is yet. And that was Casey. All right, so 4 is Casey. We're piecing this together in the pistol round here, folks. We're puzzling this one out.
Oh, no, they're committing into all 3 players. I don't think this fake has worked at all.
Need to get the kills, though. Laner was backed by Fence, which means that Laner is the one who's low right now. He's 3. And that leaves SNX, I think, is number 1.
I need to get out like a marker pen and write on my monitor.
I don't think they encourage that.
Actually, I've got Epic Pen. I should write it down with Epic Pen.
There you go. Scenario and GXX are both completely isolated. GXX is going to be checked early on. That needs to impact SNX. Number 1 on the board. But if they can kill Scenario, I mean, what can GXX hope to do? He really needs the threat of his teammate to pinch on in. He's still going to get a shot. That's filthy. 40 seconds as well.
This isn't out of the question.
Oh, biff the fast cat.
This is not out of the question.
No, he's looking for the ace.
One of them is so low.
He's looking for the ace. I mean, with GXX, it's all going to be headshots anyway. They do this in the first half pistol on Ancient as well. Looking for it again. He's been checked. They know where he's coming from. 25 seconds. He's got to force the issue. He needs to find these headshots, and he knows it. 4 bullets. Reload comes through. So another magazine. Fresh rounds. 11 bullets. He's going to find the first. Looking for it. Oh, killing blow eludes him. 4 kills from GXX. Nearly made that happen.
1 bullet.
Just barely it's held on.
1 bullet. And that would have been the ace. 1-on-2 clutch. That's unbelievable. Yeah, as I say, for Bad News Eagles, the round makes sense from their perspective. They pressured A quite a lot. They're going to walk out B. And Paloma just didn't move. They didn't bite. They didn't fall for the bait. And, yeah, it was just so hard to get past that many players. That's just the reality of getting out of those B apartments. So, no surprises to see the round teeter away from them. Pop comes out of ramp. So many players aggressively. This man with the farmhouse needs to give ground. No one's coming up from stairs. RigoN finds one, but the flashes are effective. Scenario can't trade. And it's a man advantage now for the CD side, and they can just play the retake. Not even needed. Kill them first.
All good. An upgrade even available for SNX on the Galil.
Okay, real light investment. Chance to bank up some cash for the need augers here on the CT side. They need an org, Mike. I don't know if you were aware.
They do need an org. Anyone watching right now? I mean, we liked what we saw from them on Ancient. I think they're making a strong case to themselves. Young guns. Every map here can raise their profile. And well, this round looking like it might be neat. Bombs found already. Maybe the catch from underpass. Never mind. All good. And it's a team ace. No, SNX didn't get a piece of the pie. Doubling up there with the SMG.
How are you remembering which one is which?
I'm working on it right now. All right, so we have SNX, Olymp, and then
Casey's number 4.
Casey's number 4?
Yeah.
Okay. So then it's Lanar and ISO, who I'm mixing up. I know I identified them, but I'm not sure anymore. Right now, if you're hearing whimpers in the background, it's because Noodle is trapped in the room with me, and someone just rung our doorbell. So apologies for that. GXX is going to connect the first shot, taking out SNX. X on X.
Oh, my lord.
And Juanflatroo's gone past.
Okay.
He's got Lanar dead to rights. We're about to find out which number Lanar is on the board. He's 3. And he's been wiped off the board. If this ticket player goes down, the round's over. Even without him going down, it might be over.
Okay.
Made the right round. Play from Casey. That's insane. ISO finds one down at the bottom of the rungs. But a 2-on-4. This is a nightmare retake now. And, well, ISO's kind of got to do it all. Oh, GXX jumping actually does risk it above the smoke. With an MP9, that retake is not so viable. So ISO down for the count, and the clean sweep here puts the Bad News Eagles on the board.
Big response, and of course GXX. Hero on Ancient had so many impactful rounds, and well, he's not doing too badly here at the start either. So he's warmed up, ready to go. CTs still have good cash. They can buy again. Double AWP is out in play. Laner and Olymp will be wielding those. Wait to see where they're playing. Obviously, one very likely to be towards the middle of the map. Indeed it is. And the other is going B-Apps. Fast boost for that one.
Presence established in mid. RigoN. Check down to 67.
Do you think it should be compulsory for Paloma to also use the same skins?
I mean, I think it is already. Oh, you mean on the guns?
Yeah.
To really confuse us and make it impossible to figure out.
They should also entertain all their Steam names.
All their Steam names to just Paloma.
Paloma.
Paloma. They could just make it slightly different. Like, one has Paloma with a space between two of the letters. Another one is like big P, little every other letter. Another one's little every letter except for the last A.
You can put in a 0. You can have some 4s in the mix.
Yeah.
A lot of options
Underscores.
Here,
XX on either end of it. XX Paloma XX, like an old Xbox Live streamer.
Yeah, it needs no like no scopers in there or something.
Yeah. Oh, shot missed. Laner down for the count. That's a big fight early on for the Bad News Eagles. They're not looking under, but SNX can't capitalize. And with that, it's the ripcord pulled. Parachute deployed. They're backing out. Paloma going for the save. Bad News Eagles putting a second one on the board.
More like an ejector seat getting out of that round. Crikey. Big entries out on A. This was kind of my fear before this game started, is if Bad News Eagles can just isolate good fights, you kind of have to favor them pretty heavily. If they can take down, you know, world-class teams on some maps and some occasions, I'm getting a little bit fearful for Paloma. And, yeah, Laner missing a couple shots. That's not going to help. And where's their buy going to be? It's going to be all over the place. Got no loss bonus, really. So I think they've got a force buy, actually. Got a force round in dungeon next.
Noodle is very concerned with for Paloma in this round. Don't actually know if my microphone's picking that up, so it's not going to make sense if it's not, but...
I haven't heard anything. So, apparently Noodle
So the latest development is that Noodle has figured out how to open doors that have latch handles.
Okay,
which is
paw on the top, or...
Yeah, he jumps on top and puts a paw on it and then tries to pull it towards him. It's not a 100% success rate, but he's gotten better at it, which is not great. Not great for me. Dog's too smart, man. Casey, pretty smart in this one, has found himself an opening pick. RigoN down right off the rip.
I heard that.
Yeah, that one was loud.
You need to buy like a, you know, like a baby gate.
We have
now.
them.
Oh,
right now
okay.
he has to be in because we have someone. So this one's looking good for Paloma for the moment. They have lost one. I believe it's SNX who's down. But it seems like Bad News Eagles are going to come back into a hit, and this is where the scopes are. Actually, the ops posted up in apartments, sorry. But it is the scout present on Laner. They're going to be bringing the hit. They're going to be bringing the fight. We'll see what they can find. Complete distress here from the canine variety. Apologies for that, folks. But here comes the execution. 30 seconds to go. They're just going to come flooding out of the palace. They've got no utility to disguise this. As soon as this position's revealed, it could be deadly. ISO finds the first. The scout is here as well. The jungle player can swing. timid on that swing, though. Means that Casey will not be able to find much impact. Good damage, but no kills. And a bomb down. This is a nice find for bNE.sinnopsyy, considering how rough the situation was looking. Upshot on the second as well. Well done for Olymp. Nice two-piece put together. And a defuse on for the Polish squad.
Remember that was a force buy around some safe guns. And they recover an extra AWP for their trouble. That's a pretty big win economically for that CT side. Retaining their lead. Of course, bNE.sinnopsyy had banked up a fair amount in the process of their couple round wins. So they'll be just fine. And yeah, back on the double AWP. Seeing it again. First time. Couldn't actually get a lot of value out of it. They tried to fast boost B with which one? with
one of the Palomas.
With what's his name?
Paloma.
Olimp.
6x D9 DX 6x DX P9.
That one. He boosted P apartments and almost died to GXX. This time, nobody around who's actually on the angle.
He's in towards mid. Pressure coming on. Whoa, GXX, the timing just misses an opportunity for smoke blooming. Damage exchange in mid, but there's going to be GXX making good on it. That op is deadly, and eventually he does find his prey. Now, starting to look a little rough, but Casey bricks boosted. Actually, not quite on top of the bricks, but just behind. Now he goes up top, and that proves to be a little bit punishing. It's a big round for GXX again here. He was a big piece over on Ancient, and now it seems like they're going to focus their efforts in towards the A site, Alan. Juanflatroo trying to get out the palace. Fire in towards ramp as well. Scenari looking to bring this through. Again, apologies if you're hearing some puppy dog noises. But we are going to get an execute. Timing is everything. SNX under the barrel kill. Take the first. As you realize the second here, he does. Kill found. That's very nice indeed. Now teammates can come into support, keep him alive. And GXX, he's done damage in this round, but in towards mid, he's not going to be able to do anything about it. He'll try and save.
Absolute collapse. Wow. They just couldn't frag that player under the balcony. And I don't think bNE.sinnopsyy called it wrong. I don't think they played it so badly. They just, in that one instance, couldn't get that trade easily. They didn't have a Molotov to flush him out. And yeah. Good defense. Good hold.
That's what we like to see.
I've got some fireworks going off in the background now, so.
Oh, you do? Okay,
maybe
so between the two of us.
Maybe I can trump you.
Yeah, between the two of us, we're just having a really good noise day here on Mirage.
It's a good thing we're not using, like, USB mics that pick up everything.
No, this one's pretty good at filtering out noise. It's pretty much only if I'm speaking into it and noise comes in, like, in the near vicinity that it gets picked up. But yeah, no blue Yetis. I've got one of those in a box somewhere.
Well, you get it when I'm casting in Cyprus. And you hear all the truck sounds.
Not so much, actually. I haven't noticed it.
Yeah, that's because I'm mute.
That's quick-fingered right there.
Quick-fingered.
That's what they know him as. Alan Quick-Fingered Hender.
That's what it says in my high school yearbook.
Incidentally, while we've got a moment here, congratulations. I've just seen the public announcements gone out. Working the major, headed to Rio.
What better warm-up than casting Paloma 5 times?
This is your challenge.
This is the big game.
It's on the desk there. That's easy mode, you know. But, oh, 2 big kills. All right. Paloma finding good damage on the attempted entry in towards B, and bNE.sinnopsyy
look at the
a little
flank.
bit stunned.
Look at the
This
flank.
is going to be deadly. SNX is working his way all the way around, but here's the thing. RigoN having gotten through connector, is this going to call for the rotation? It might. They're going underpass. SNX has missed his window. I don't know if he got the audio cues either. He's going to realize this is clear, and that'll calm it over, but look at how much space they've given towards A. They're reading this wrong. Paloma, don't realize it in time, and that might allow a bomb plant. Even without smokes, this is such a tough situation utility-wise, but there's no one to check from Cat. There's no one back on ticket. That's a big kill. Okay, bad news. Eagles may have missed their window. Bomb's going to go down, but the retake will be swift. That initial kill. Out towards ticket would have been huge, but it's all clear. Okay, well done right now for Olymp. He's been looking like the better opper so far this map.
Yeah, shame to say. Lane has just struggled a lot, especially in any time he's taken a straight-up duel. Actually, with GXX, I think he's lost 2 or 3 times. So that's a little bit disconcerting. But they're making it happen, Mike. Up to 6 rounds now. They're finally starting to bank up some economy with some clean rounds. And it's bNE.Eagles who have lost all their cash. Had no success really in the last few. GXX even got them in a good position and they couldn't convert. And those are the other players. There's not a lot of impact really out of anybody else. There's no massive entry frag. CSNopsyy and I think juanflatroo had a couple good ones on A earlier. And I'm not surprised to see them coming here again because it's really been their only place of success in terms of finding opening kills.
PALOMA! SNX in this instance of the PALOMA. Not able to quite capitalize. The ops are going to come into play here, but they're a little bit late on the swing. Both coming back towards ticket. But space already being... Utility's running out. bNE.Eagles have to plant right now. Backdoor on laner makes life a lot easier. And I'm actually surprised at this point that they're still going for this. Casey dropped. That'll make them lined up, but it's too late. RigoN's already on the hunt. Now it's just one survivor. One lonely man in ISO. Crazy how often he lives up to his name.
Indeed. A has been a lot more successful than anywhere else. I dare say bNE.Eagles are going to go there 2 or 3 times more this half. And if I'm PALOMA, I'm starting to play solo B. Because there's been no presence, no pressure in so many rounds. Another default coming out of the bNE.Eagles. Scenario's here in towards mid. Still got to face up against these double AWPs. And especially that one on Olymp has been a bit of a menace. Look at the mid push. Oh, this is very aggressive. GXX has got nades out. This is scary.
Oh. It's working out nicely for PALOMA so far. juanflatroo finds damage. Now Scenario is the only one who remains. This has not quite gone to plan for the bNE.Eagles. I mean, Mirage, their map pick. A map they really enjoy. And this first half. Wow. Starting to really look a bit one-sided.
Surprised they haven't dropped the pace more. Surely they realize that they're losing rounds by losing entries early. And just, you know, throwing the dice a little bit in some of these rounds. When I think if they just slow it down, they're just going to win. Quite convincingly. They also haven't tested B really at all with VPOP. So I don't know. It just kind of feels like square peg round hole scenario, doesn't it? bNE.Eagles. We just haven't really adapted much.
They did get that 1 round 2 ago, but the immediate answer from PALOMA means that, well, there's just not much to build here. Ramp control going to be taken. Seems like this is going to be another A exec. Lanar gets first blood. And now SNX is looking good in the hold. They're unable to capitalize, not really playing well off each other. Utility's gone. They're just down to 2 in a 2v5. Not even a bullet of damage going back the other way. This is looking like a disastrous round for the bNE.Eagles.
They're so polar, aren't they? The rounds they win and lose. Seems to be 4 or 5 alive every round win of these 3. And then come into these sort of rounds. We're not even getting the bomb down. We're not gaining any space. Getting shut down immediately. Starting to be a bit of a disaster half. I think we need some pauses. We need some pauses. We need to be getting at least 5. We need to be getting at least 5, or we're just handing too much over. So yeah, time to slow down and think your bNE.Eagles. It's also that a couple of the guys are just not hitting shots, not getting put into good fights. Scary times.
Slow T-side save here. Another 15 seconds to drip away on it. Paloma have no real interest in hunting. Their own economy needs to stabilize, so this is going to be a great round for them, especially considering how much they're loving the double up right now. But I mean, 8 rounds going to be on the board here. So now be 5 of the last 6 rounds, I think, going their way.
Yeah, and they're banking so much money in the process.
Mm-hmm.
They're so comfortable now. Olymp is finding so much impact on the secondary AWP. Casey picking up where he left off in terms of Donut, just being a monster here on connector. And they're just reacting so well to what's being thrown at them. Look at this investment. Wow. Okay, this is not going to be a lot of fun this round. 2 flashbangs. Got to find an entry, GXX. Got to find one.
Juanflatro's not going to get it. They need that op to sing. They need that op to sing. And it's not going to be Synopsy either. It's one of the rifles down top mid. Likely not retrievable. GXX will try and come into the angle, but there's no real need to fight here for Paloma. At this point, up 2 players. Damage onto Scenario as well. Oh. This is looking rather dire. They're starting to zone out deep apps control. That's a ton of information here. Found for Olymp. It's all about this mid play. It's all about this mid play. Well, they'll throw a flashbang for it, but it hasn't really coaxed a response. And as soon as players are spotted, this is well set up to collapse upon the mid. GXX kinds of needs to be gifted a frag. A lot could come down to ISO. Or is this Casey? This is Casey. Damn,
they're so trapped. They're so trapped.
There's
and there's
the bomb.
2 fast kills.
Okay, something.
Ooh, okay,
but
yeah, that's just so
goodbye.
hard to recover.
Especially without util, it's a nightmare. ESL now completely out of position to do anything about this. 30 seconds, he has to try and remaneuver just to have a chance at this round. 20 seconds. Does he even give it a look, or does he just back off? He just backs off. He's just going to back off on T-side save. Oh, this is devastating. This is devastating. Now, 9 rounds on the board for Paloma. Money going to be in the toilet without a bomb plant here for the Bad News Eagles. Man. Oh, man. Not quite what I was expecting to get out of Mirage.
I think we're going to a 3rd map, straight up.
Kind of feels that way.
This is not looking good at all. Every round they've won has just felt like a great individual entry rather than pushing and pulling Paloma around the map. That's what you'd expect from a team with so much more experience, and it just hasn't been the case. And finally, they're going to swallow their pride and take an eco. There's been barely any of those in this half. So many low buys, low nades, and they just haven't been able to cover ground nor get past these double AWPs at all. They got a lot in reserve here. 4 on A, just 1 in mid. Just a bit of a fake from Synopsy, as everyone is primed to exploit out of the A ramp.
ISO. First contact taken. And this is now looking a little disastrous again for the Bad News Eagles. Nothing shown for it early. The rifle will be picked up at the very least, but let's see if GXX can make something magic happen. No, no, no. He cannot. That answer immediately comes through. It's all in a Synopsy now. It might be soon up to him to try and provide a synopsis of this half, because it is looking over. Even gets this kill. Could have gotten his bell wrong, but they keep it clean. Why not? Double digis found here, and Paloma, there's no reason to think they're going to slow down.
Casey's having quite a day. He's really heating up. He must have been very close to GXX by the end, because they were equal, weren't they? About 3 or 4 rounds from the end of Ancient, on something around 28. So he's definitely the top fragging in the across both teams when you add the maps together at the moment. He's been a monster. Absolute beast. And yet again, another boost in the Bad News Eagles. Lower default, 2 coming in. As this time they will play a slower round.
up or down without even having seen anybody. He's almost dead. He's almost dead. isooo was a great read on this. To even just go to the USB knowing that he could get caught on the reload and breaks out. What a read!
Just
what
knows.
a read!
He knew that he couldn't cross out without crossing the line again, and well, that was more than you could chew, brother.
Oh, bot laner's immediately there to paper over any holes, any dents, and now we got 6x DX and P9 in towards the apartments. Oh,
Really rolls off the tongue.
Dang good. I mean,
Rolls off
it
the
just
tongue.
flows. It just flows. Sanari is going to try and get some flow state action going on here. GXX is now grouped up with him. They need more. Sanari making it interesting, giving GXX a 1v2. Isolated fight on the site. That was an overplay from Casey. Trying to put this round to bed. Makes a bit of a blunder. 25 seconds. Can he slip through the murder hole? He's going to. Oh, Olymp had the right idea. He's got the right read as well. My goodness there. What instincts coming through. Paloma find 11.
GXX can't save them this time. This is... How many is this on the trot mic? Is this something like 8?
Yes, it was 2 to... I want to say 3. And then since then, Bad News Eagles have won 1 round in isolation.
Let's have a look.
So this is like 8 to 1. Not sure about... It's not in a row. There was 1 round to break it up. But it's been about 6 in a row now.
Yeah, it was 3-2 for Paloma very early on. And there's just been nothing. We need good util here, guys. They know there has to be an AWP here. And it doesn't connect with the first shot. Olymp needs to get out. That's a good trade.
Finally, Olymp has blundered, and that might allow them for this round. Right back into the fray. Goes isooo, but he's down for the count. Still a 2v3. This is recoverable. Look at the flank developing. JuanFlatroo. JuanFlatroo on their tail. The Molotovs are designed to slow them down to let JuanFlatroo work, and he's going to find a kill. Leaves everything on a laner. A pretty tough ask. Bomb's still not down, so there's a world where this happens, especially because JuanFlatroo has given up the flank. But no, JuanFlatroo repositions just in the nick of time, gets that kill, and at least a 4th round to send Bad News Eagles into the half. quite the lead for Paloma as they try and make a third map of this. Curious to hear what the Bad News Eagles have in tank, because this, well, I mean, it was uninspiring through the first here, Alan, and, well, we got an early pick for
that's the
ErigoN.
bomb
That's
as
nice
well.
to see. This is a bit of a blunder early, leaving the bomb isolated to trying to make the mid play, but the initiative has just been completely snatched from them by the Bad News Eagles.
Oh, ErigoN is just assassinating.
All
well, okay, that was a bit of a statement, wasn't it? They needed that pistol.
Yeah.
And they deny bomb plant, which saves off any kind of investment here early. So, okay, right. Well, route one to righting the wrongs is complete. More work to come.
I think it's as much about venting your frustrations and yeah, putting a little faith in your team as it is about denying them, right? After, when you're the favorite, you're the expected team, you're on your map pick, and you have that kind of a stunner of a first half, Bad News Eagles, that's a good pistol around the tape. Oh, this could be the very straightforward play here with
All
the
the
Glocks.
What?
Huh?
Mike?
Where'd it go?
It did nothing.
Where did it go? Where did it go, Alan? It's one of the great mysteries in the universe.
I don't...
It just disappeared through a temporal portal. It's about to appear next to your desk, Alan.
Couldn't make my room any more dirty, so screw it. Go. Bring it.
Oh boy, look at that spray down. All the kills come in at once, and one kill back the other way is at least something to take out of the round, but not much.
It's amazing how doing broadcast makes everything behind, in camera shot is incredibly tidy. But the moment you go 1 millimeter out of shot, it's just a disaster. My mum would not be proud, Mike. Oh, the nades.
Paloma. Nice nades. Casey. Gonna find the opening pick, although despite it. Able to get away? Able to get away. Okay, Casey dropped.
And the two low players are still here.
Yeah, that's not exactly
not good.
ideal for Paloma. They have 118 points of health, which sounds great if you're one player. Not so much if you're three.
Well, they are all Paloma.
They are all Paloma. They are one unit. They just
The hive mind.
fuse into like Voltron. They're gonna come together, like Voltron, combine their health pools, and become one super player with 3 guns.
Can you imagine if that was a mechanic in CS, where
Counter-Strike.
you could donate your HP and sacrifice yourself to a teammate?
Would it be like blood ritual?
We'd have to do something.
My life for
Some sort of...
just
You
flows
probably
out
have
of
to
you.
go to some specific point on every map. With some sort of cauldron or...
Yeah. The game is
release some
just still
fire.
exactly as it is, like a semi-realistic appearing shooter, except on one point of the map, there's just this giant blood altar. you get in the Halloween spirit here, Alan. You just go there to perform dark rituals.
And you can revive people from the dead, but you have to drag their bodies over.
Oh, ISO, speaking of dragging some bodies, might be trying to drag the body over the line, but it doesn't seem like they're going for this round. 10 seconds. Bombs back palace. It's a save. T-side save. Makes me nervous on this health.
Rigor Mortis has already kicked in on these players. They're not moving. But yes, Valve, I'm sure you're listening.
Yeah.
I'll see you in Rio. I'll make my ideas known.
Look, you think chickens are enough? Spooky chickens with little ghost costumes on? No, we want blood altars for a spooky season.
Exactly.
Arcane rituals. Look, we've made the joke many a time when you like knife a player in spawn accidentally that it's a little blood sacrifice to start the round. Now I want real blood sacrifices to start the round. Good old Paloma here.
There are
with the,
no nades on Paloma.
One molly, one flash, one smoke. What are you talking about? That's plenty.
And they've got an entry, okay.
ISO one and done. There's a follow-up. SNX connecting. Scouts here. Laner looking for a shot with it. He's getting a nade. Actually, doesn't do that much damage.
ErigoN with a nade.
Uh-oh.
ErigoN.
Uh-oh. Oh, one and a headshot. Synopsyy's low. Regon's got that kill, but Synopsy's gone. They've got the B site. It's all on Scenari. It's all on Scenari. This is catastrophic. SNX has some space. I should bring the bomb on over. This is going to be a bomb plant secured. What do you do here if you're Scenari? They've got no money in his pockets. There's a little bit on a few of his teammates, but this is still a really risky retake. And wary of the flank. He's going to go for it, because of course he is. Going to try the hero play. It's the Bad News Eagles way. 1, 2, 3. But caught by the catwalk player. Casey's going to bring that one home. That's a massive round with a limited buy for Paloma.
You can't help thinking that they could have used that gun. Oh, 1 on 3. It was such a low percentage. And Bad News Eagles, they were feeding players into mid there one at a time. If there was any coordination, they could have just nade stacked and killed the player top boxes immediately. But, I don't know. It's been a sloppy day. It's been a sloppy couple of weeks of Counter-Strike, let's be honest, for Bad News Eagles. And, they continue with that shape. Look at the space taken immediately. Does Synopsyy have any idea if player can be in ladder this fast?
It's Casey, I believe, as well.
Synopsyy has no idea. He's not even looking near this.
No, and the footsteps are heard. Does he hear 2 players? Certainly here's the one. GXX posts on the angle. It may not matter how close he is. But the problem's going to be if they rotate, because look, this is coming back towards A. GXX, or Casey rather, having heard a lot of presence on Kawa, calls them around. This is going to be really interesting. Synopsy's floating. He's done it the safe way. So this A take has to be effective to force the rotations.
Yeah. It's the right call off their information. They just don't know if third player's here, and now it's 2 again. This is good.
This is really good. The rotations are going to be nightmarish. You can't really go through mid. You're even bringing Synopsyy back to try and adjust into the window fight, and that means so much pressure is just on Scenari, and Scenari has a P250.
Yeah, he doesn't have...
No,
luckily, he re-smokes to buy some space, but even one Palace player is going to cause so much trouble.
Yeah, they're going through. They're going through. Scenari gets one. Scenari gets a rifle, but dropped. Synopsyy on the angle in time. Still, they're going to go through. It's a 3-on-3. That's a huge find from Synopsyy, though. It makes it a little bit easier. Can't deny the bomb plant. Can catch the player coming off. No! SNX turns it around. Still, they know where SNX is. It's a tough retake. The health's not great for the Paloma players. Just need to try and avoid the fight, avoid the contact as much as possible. And well, Casey might be repositioning for exactly that. No smoke on. Molotov's going to plant. That should deal it. That should seal it. There's no kit. Molly's on. This one's done. And that kill, yeah, that makes a decision for them. GXX, no chance at this one. No chance at the round. He'll have to back away. That's 13 on the board for Paloma. By hook or by crook, and they'll even take the gun out. They'll even take the op away. There's no money for the Bad News Eagles.
Catastrophe. They're just getting pushed around the map. Paloma making all the right reads. Making it so uncomfortable. Scenari did everything he actually could have there. He got 1 kill, gets the AK. There's just too many players surrounding him. It's just impossible. And, wow, how this map has fallen flat completely for Bad News Eagles. It's a little bit tragic. What a contrast with the first map where, come rain or shine, they just bailed themselves out of so many situations. It's not been the case here at all. And this round is following suit. Very low investment, just a few deagles in the mix, and you're not really taking this site, sons. No chance.
Ooh. That's a nice kill. If only the gun had dropped through the window, might have actually mattered. Okay. They're not going to win this round purely on time, but Scenari at least will deal some damage. At least put some fear into Paloma. And even with a pistol, he's still deadly. GXX is going to hope that a gun gets blown his way. Get to a rifle? He can. Okay. Nice find. AK picked up. So at least something to take into the next round. Problem is, we're running out of rounds. Party favors aren't enough. Bad News Eagles need a round win.
Indeed. And there's no ore patch there. I thought with that save, they might be able to grind one out. on one of the players, but not to be the case. So GXX a little bit blunted, a little bit held back as Casey is storming ahead, 24-11. Flashbang comes through as Flatter decides to fight. Swiftly traded. Paloma, hold on. Whoa. That was ugly.
Molly. GXX gets out of the position. That position's not traded upon. GXX actually sticking around with a gap in that smoke. He's hoping someone goes for the jump up. And they might be. They are. Oh, this is huge. He spots the player. Gets the kill as well. Nicely played from GXX. Just a tiny gap in that smoke is devastating. There's the moments that can catch up a team. So now 55 seconds left on the clock. Money's not miraculous for Paloma. If they get a bomb plant, that's fine. But a lot of this might be about trying to find kills, trying to find damage. And now in towards the mid goes one. The spot is on. RigoN's got it. Goodbye, laner. All onto one man. I believe this is isooo here. And he will find no kills. So that's a great round for the Bad News Eagles. Not just to win the round. They needed to win the round, but to keep 4 alive as well, Alan. Now they get a real chance to make a case down the stretch.
What's the call here for Paloma? There can be a drop, but seeing as the investment so far, it's just going to be a half buy, so... Okay. Should be an easier round for Bad News Eagles. Of course, we've seen a couple in this half already where Paloma are doing work on their pistols. B-Rush, Mike. All heading in that direction. Pressure now on Synopsy and ESL.
They're in. Kills coming in. Synopsy connecting. Some serious shots. It seems like this backline may have just been diffused. A follow-up kill really does take the teeth out of this one. Any risk? Any fear?
No. It's all good. 5 alive. I'd actually really like to see JZX just buy an AWP and just have that weapon in the round. I think it might be worth it. You're so far down on rounds that, yeah, if you give it up now, you're kind of done for anyway. But that was a good hold. Paloma, basically, they buy only the nades they need. So they buy 1 extra smoke, anticipate just 1 molly, and Synopsy gets the second one off. And they don't have to smoke for it, and they have to go for it. And it's just a Polish barbecue, you might say.
Never had
just not as
barbecue.
fun. Not as fun.
I guess kielbasa. So just like a lot of kielbasa.
Is that... Hang on, is that like Polish kebab?
No, sausage. You don't know what kielbasa is? Come on. Alan, we spent enough time in Katowice. You gotta know kielbasa.
I'm very sorry to all the Polish viewers.
Jeez Louise. Alright, next time we're in Kato.
Big kill.
We'll fix this. Casey, that is a big kill.
And ESL's in huge trouble.
Oh, JuanFlatroo. The peek back in. 2 found. The trade is there, but GXX is on the angle. That's the bomb. This is a catastrophe now. They gain this space out towards B, but it just doesn't matter. It's all about the mid control. Still, over-aggression from ESL. Over-aggression from ESL. This is going to get checked. That's a kill. That lets them back in. ESL wanted to go for the control, wanted to go for the death blow, but instead, it's a lifeline. Scenari has the read on this, though. Scenari has the read on this, knowing that B is up, but it doesn't matter. Read is not a kill. Everything on to GXX. Does he know he has the player isolated? Yes, he does, but he's got too many angles to check. He knows it. And now he's down for the count. That's map point found. Paloma want to take us to a third. They want to take us through to nuke.
One implosion. And you don't need to see a clearer case than what ESL just did in terms of playing for yourself. Sorry to call it out, but that's been the story of this map is Bad News Eagles, when they're playing the best teams in the world, maybe playing individually is the way to go. Maybe you don't have the team play, you don't have the structure to take them on. But up against a team that's just crept into the top 100, surely you have better team play. Surely just sitting back and working together is going to win you these rounds. And that was the death blow. I don't think there's any coming back from that. They couldn't lose that round.
Opening pick for GXX. Offering true early on here. Oh, gap in the smoke, gap in the smoke, gap in the smoke. Did Juanflatroo spot? I don't think so. Didn't pull the trigger for sure. And a kill back from Olymp. This could get spicy. Goodbye, Olymp. Good hold for Juanflatroo, and he's got a second player with him as well. So I really want to challenge. Yeah, it's going to be a tough one for Casey. SNX and ISO.
I don't think they have a clue he's out.
They don't, but there's no smokes to cover the angle, right? So Juanflatroo
yeah,
they
need to bait a rotation or bait a player. And GXX drops his teammate this now, even with a colossal surprise.
Even
no
if he takes
way
two.
you're getting more than 2.
Yeah.
And now spotted.
Well held from the bNE Eagles. They're gonna try and take this to the wire.
Juanflatroo, good round. Good round, just locking it down from connector, not allowing any opportunities. It's only 5, and they fully, insert swear word to that terrorist money.
Yeah,
they've absolutely ruined it. This is a double eco for the T side. They're full forcing.
It is.
So what's it gonna be? 12 buy eco. There's 2 buys. There's 2 buys in this. 2 buy rounds.
Ooh. Good kill there for Casey. He's not even dead to right from GXX. Catwalk player, Synopsy somehow limping through that. 1 HP. One more bullet would be the connection, but it's not to be. And now Juanflatroo contains them in towards the connector. Paloma in a tough spot here. Play's going to come through, but Laner can't get anything done. It's all in SNX, and no way, no how. Big play from Synopsy. Should have been dead after the first. He hangs on.
Beautiful. And that was the hard one in a sense. Now the money is absolutely nuked. So it's going to be 12. It's going to be essentially a Glock eco here. So we need to already look ahead. We need to already look ahead to a little bit later. And we got one PC50, so keep an eye on that, Paloma. Maybe you can surprise.
More time at the beginning of this one. I mean, he just got a Glock, so I don't really know what Plum is actually going to try and do here, but they'll hold.
This is the most pointless of pointless rounds because it doesn't even economic damage doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So you might as well just zerg it in and just end it.
Well, they want a bomb
misery.
plant. They're hoping someone will give them an easy kill, make a stupid play. Which, to be fair, if this were early in a half, I'd say the bNE Eagles would overface and hunt and maybe give some opportunities. But in this situation, they know how important this round is. They're going to rein in their tendency to go for a fight, to isolate the plays, and they're playing it so patient. This is what the bNE Eagles are capable of, right? When they tame some of their more ridiculous tendencies. And in this moment, they know how much rides on this round. There's the spot. There's the smoke. There's the kill. Only one. All right, Scenari. Actually might have allowed to pass back into this. Reinforcements are aplenty. They galore, and no problem. ISO.
3 kills is actually,
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't matter, but that's quite surprising.
I mean, the kill reward for ISO might actually give them something extra.
That is true. I didn't even think of that. Yeah.
He's
Kill
drained
reward
his
is
tank.
actually...
It's more utility
Kill
for him.
reward is the most important part of that round. I love it. That is beautiful. Pause comes in. Both teams should be pausing here, shouldn't they? For Paloma, you got 2 buy rounds left to get this done. I think if it goes to overtime, I think they probably will lose. I don't see bNE Eagles having such troublesome T-side again. And, yeah, for bNE Eagles, They need to stay relaxed. Double AWP is out. ESL on the second. Where is he going to be playing? Let's have a look.
ESL with that secondary up, playing the role that Olymp was in the first half. Almost finds himself a kill, but he can't quite connect. So he puts him on notice. But Olymp, on the other side, is burning, alive. And he holds on to this space.
There? Did it spread?
I think it must have, and he must have been kind of stuck or
how
worried
does
he was
it
about to get
spread
ticked.
that way?
Molly's
be weird, man.
Don't
they
know.
shouldn't do that. I think that they're always meant to spread away from the player who's thrown it.
Really?
But that looks... I think that's always the case, yeah. Even if it bounces backwards, if that makes sense. I think it always spreads away from the player.
I don't think that's the case. I'm really
I
curious
think it
about
is,
that now.
unless they patched it. It definitely used to be.
Scenari, deleted. All right. Okay. This round is on. The path in towards site. ESL's trying to hold it at bay, and he will connect his shot, but he's put on notice. Still, oh, the cleanup on Casey makes this a lot easier. There's no flank coming in. There's no lurk coming in. ESL a little overzealous, perhaps. They need to wait for the post plant. They can't risk any kills early. Timing, Synopsy! Should have been dead to rights. The turn is immense. Juanflatroo down. This is going right down to the wire. This is going right down to it. And a chance for the clutch. A chance for the clutch from isooo. What's he going to do? Find in the space. He's taking the first, but no more. The bad news Eagles keep it going. Here they keep it rolling. One more round found.
This is on the brink. What an afterplant. That was crazy. As Bad News Eagles launched themselves at the T-side players. Madness on the server. And Olymp, I think he's just snap bought there. I think they need to have a discussion here because not everybody is so well off in the finances. Certainly Casey's not going to be having a lot of utility. This is a disaster in terms of nades. You've got to do something funky. You've got to do something really funky here. You can't mid-default. There's the pause. In it comes. I think they could have double AWP'd again if they wanted. But they chose not to on that CD side.
It didn't work out great for ESL in the last, let's be honest.
He had a golden odd chance. It works in the sense that Olymp had no idea there was an AWP there and fully peeked it.
Positioning was fine. Just couldn't quite capitalize. So back to the rifle. Back to the comfort. I prefer that. Especially since it would have been economically challenging to sustain.
It doesn't matter. If you lose, you're done.
True, but I mean, if you win with one surviving. Like we did in the last round.
Maybe. Here we go, though. And PALOMA, they got to make a simple call, because that's all they can do here. Make a very simple call.
Seems like it's
one mid, top mid smoke, and everybody else, we're going A.
Here comes. Utility already sailing over. They don't have much left.
Good molly, good molly.
Damage is going to be in. Flashbang out here for Scenari. Wants to check Palace. He's got a smoke to actually give him some cover. Trying to play around the edge of it. They've bottled him up. PALOMA has to bail out, and the problem is that was all of their util.
Yeah, that's the
all of it.
Now GXX becomes the greatest of all weapons. There is not even a flashbang. The best you can do, Mike, is cross behind nade smoke. That's all you've got.
And you've only got one EG. You've only got one. Synopsy is potentially going to be the player under pressure, but PALOMA slowing this down. Looks like they're going to try and fight for some mid control. Rygot's positioned. This is
setup scary. This is a rough fight if they peek him.
Damage on means that he'll not need many bullets to swing through. GXX takes first contact. Juanflatroo even gets that, so ESL is mostly just there to distract, but hey, it works out. Now in a 2-on-4. ISO eliminated. All onto Casey. He's been good. He's again top of the board. This requires something special. Serious heroics. He's been seen. He's been zoned out. There's no way he's getting away with this one. One more round. We're going the distance. We've gone the full 30. Can Bad News Eagles take us to overtime?
Looks likely. Look at the buy. There's no bomb plant means no AKs. Unless, yeah, 1 AK armor. That's the best you can do. Actually got 2 out, and thank God one of those is on Casey, because he is the man that's going to save you here. Nades is, again, a massive problem, so it's the same deal. It's the same deal where we can't default. We've got to do something funky. We've got to just do something very simple and hope that we can get out this time. A couple nades lined up. This is probably for jungle stairs, I guess. So I think A, fake, and let these 2 under players try and find a gap.
Gain the gap. They've gained the gap. They got a player in window. This isn't watched at all. Uh-oh. Laner out of play, but this could be huge from Casey. This positioning is everything. They don't read it. They don't read it. Here's a freebie. He's going to take the first kill. So now position known. Now they realize it's a panic. ISO gets a kill elsewhere. Advantage now found for PALOMA. Dreams of nuke dancing in their heads, and they can realize it. They're in control of their destiny here. Oh, the timing is brutal. RigoN just slips out. I was being held. Casey had it. He gave it up at the worst moment, but he's making up for it. He's making up for it. All on RigoN. Bomb ticking away. 3 players to find RigoN. They've come so far, but he cannot close. We're going to nuke. We're going to a third.